Hello, this is World University and Schools News and Question and Answer, WUAS News and Question and Answer on Monday, October 2nd, 2023. Greetings from California, newly, and at 10 a.m. Pacific time, newly, for these WUAS News and Question and Answers. Changed from Pacific time, 10 a.m. Pacific time, a new time for the WS News and Question and Answers, changed from 7 a.m. Pacific time for these WUAS News and Question and Answers for the past year, approximately. So as we wait to see if people will join us, I'd like to share a little news with you. First, to the Bolivian Quaker Education Fund, or the Bolivian Quaker Education Friends group that I think is based in Rochester, New York. I've been in touch with both Vicky Kaiser there and Nancy Marshall, who I think is the presiding clerk of the board of the Bolivian Quaker Education Fund, which seeks to, I think, make education available in the country of Bolivia through a Quaker organization, and which country, I think, has about 12 million people in it, compared with, say, America, which has about 330 million people in it. The first, I'll read some of this letter I sent to Nancy Marshall after Vicky Kaiser and Nancy Marshall had emailed me a couple of times, I think. Here is a donation to the BQEF, Bolivian Quaker Education Fund, in the form of Stanford Mine Pi cryptocurrency coins, free money daily, and potentially for all 12 million Bolivians. And in order to end poverty there, and by universal basic income UBI experiments as well. So I am sending you one Pi. Pi is a new digital currency developed by Stanford PhDs with over 47 million members worldwide. To claim your Pi, follow this link, mindpi.com/SGKMAC, and use my username SGKMAC as your invitation code. So, dear Nancy Marshall, BQEF Clerk of the Board, and Vicky Kaiser of the Bolivian Quaker Education Fund and Group, and friends, World University and School Universitians, all, please let me know if you have any questions. And please let all 12 million Bolivians know about Stanford Mine Pi, sharing this invitation code to mindpi.com, SGKMAC. Potentially the idea would be to get 2 Bolivians Stanford Mine Pi cryptocurrency to most of all 12 million Bolivians, so that they could begin to get free money daily, this Stanford Mine Pi, on their own smartphones. And perhaps other aspects of universal basic income experiments would play out where they could get more money onto their phones, particularly the most impoverished Bolivians, and begin possibly to buy things with Stanford Mine Pi. So to continue the letter I shared with Nancy Marshall and Vicky Kaiser and others. Also, as you know, here by way of another contribution to the Bolivian Quaker Education Group, or Friends, or Fund, BQEF, is the new Friendly Informed Bolivia World University and School University. and Wiki Schools. So the URL for that is https://wiki.worlduniversityandschool.org/wiki/Bolivia. And newly with courses in Spanish to begin. So the first course is CS First, Computer Science First. And my Spanish is very poor, but I'll try to read this sentence. Un plan de estudios que facilita la excelencia de la programación y la hace divertida de aprender. I'll read the sentence again with my glasses on. Un plan de estudios que facilita la enseñanza de la programación y la hace divertida de aprender. So the course in Spanish from CS First with Google at WUaS says URL is csfirst.withgoogle.com. Check it out. It's in Spanish. Learn programming. Learn the Scratch programming language. All you Scratch language, all you Spanish language speakers, you can do so through this course that's a visual programming language with a visual programming language. So to continue the letter further, there are also these courses from MIT OpenCourseware in Spanish that I shared with the Bolivia Quaker Education Fund Friends group. Interesting to learn as I look through it that the link from MIT OpenCourseware is based in Nigeria. It ends in .ng, and that the courses MIT OpenCourseware it takes you to on this link are from, I think, an organization called universitia.net. And any Spanish speaker would have to log into this website to begin to access these MIT OpenCourseware courses in Spanish. World University and School seeks to create Spanish language courses emerging from MIT OpenCourseware and CS First with Google at WUaS in Spanish for free degrees for Spanish speakers. Free bachelor, free PhD, free law, free MD degrees, free IB high school degrees, or similar high school degrees, free AA degrees or AS degrees, Associates of Arts, Associates of Sciences, and free master's degrees in Spanish, and not only in Bolivia, but in all, I think, approximately 25 out of 200 countries where Spanish is the official language, too. So to continue this letter further to the Bolivia Quaker Education Fund and Bolivia Quaker Education Friends, and toward free online MIT OpenCourseware-centric World University and School degrees, bachelor, PhD, law, MD, IB high school, AA, and master's degrees in Spanish. This will emerge fully in Spanish and the Quechua language and the Aymara language with time, and other languages in Bolivia for free WUaS online degrees from home. And eventually in all the languages of Bolivia for open, free, people-to-people wiki education, wiki schools, where people can create wiki subjects about subjects they love and where they can also teach and learn about academic subjects. And with time, as large language models, generative conversational AI. Best wishes, Scott. That's me, Scott G. K. McLeod, founder, president, CEO, professor, presiding clerk of CC4, licensed MIT OpenCourseWare-centric Wiki World University and School, WUaS, P.O. Box 442, Canyon, California, 94516. And it's interesting that the Bolivia Quaker Education Fund, Bolivia Quaker Education Friends, have also sent paper mail to me in Canyon over the years before I moved out of Canyon on September 30th, 2020, about 6 months into the coronavirus pandemic. So this recent set of communications between me and World University and School and the Bolivia Quaker Education Fund and Vicky Kaiser and Nancy Marshall have a history. And World University and School, which is friendly informed, Quaker informed, is seeking and hoping to develop further a relationship with the Bolivia Quaker Education Fund, such that perhaps they can help orchestrate getting these free degrees in all of Bolivian languages to Bolivians, and potentially also to end poverty with Stanford MindPi cryptocurrency through the WUaS Corporation. So would that mean that the Central Bank of Bolivia would buy into the WUaS Corporation, which is partnering with Stanford MindPi and seeking to list on the new Silicon Valley long-term stock exchange? These would be very different and new roles for the Bolivia Quaker Education Fund to explore. So that's the first, wait a second, a little bit more news. Going on, dear Vicky Kaiser, this is a letter I sent 3 days earlier at Dear Vicky Kaiser at office@bqef.org, which is their website, bqef.org, Bolivian Quaker Education Fund. Greetings, I hope this email finds you well. In response to Vicky Kaiser's email, I've removed your BQEF email from these weekly WUS news and Q&A emailings. Please let me know if I've missed anything. And also in this letter from 3 or 4 days ago to Vicky Kaiser, who I think organizes the office at bqef.org, here's the new Bolivia World University and School. So it's wiki.worlduniversityandschool.org/wiki/Bolivia. And with just a few resources at the moment in Spanish, toward the top, and planned in Spanish, with large language models, conversational generative AI in each of all languages in Bolivia. Right now, this Bolivia World University and School beginning university is mostly in English, unfortunately. We're hoping that'll change. Glad that there are those 2 sets of courses, CS First with Google in Spanish, and the MIT OpenCourseWare courses in Spanish to help grow Bolivia World University and School for Spanish speakers. So continuing on with this first letter to Vicky Kaiser at BQEF, Bolivian Quaker Education Fund. Friendly informed MIT OpenCourseWare-centric Wiki World University and School seeks to matriculate and to hire many Bolivians as faculty and as graduate students, for example, from the country's 12 million people to help translate WUaS into Spanish, Aymara, Quechua, and all of the other Bolivian languages for free online WUaS degrees, bachelor, PhD, law, MD, IB high school or similar, AA, and master's degrees. So into all the languages of Bolivia as wiki schools for open teaching and learning. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you. Best wishes. And I shared the link for World University and Schools, still 2 blogs, the World University and School.blogspot.com search/label/Spanish with a capital S, and scott-mccloud.blogspot.com